Okay, a few notes about the new release. When you insert the strategy into the chart, first thing we want to do is load a template once this is down here. So I'm going to just scroll over here to this one and I'm going to load it and scroll to the bottom, and I want you to note the order fill resolution will now be standard. You're probably going to have to change this from some of my templates. So we don't want high, we want it to be standard. Then I want you to scroll up to right here, and I want you to check Show Config as Panel. Ignore the hide OCO breakout, just ignore that. And then scroll back down and go ahead and enable the strategy. Okay, so now the configuration panel opens inside the chart, and notice it has a red border. This red border means that it's a simulated account. To close this, click Cancel. Okay, now the configuration panel has a yellow border, and that's because I've selected my Apex account. And so a yellow border means that this is a live account. A red border is a simulated account. So I'm going to go back to my simulated account, red border, and note that you can have all these open now, and we have a scroll bar. You can scroll down. Okay? If you want to close the config panel, just hit Cancel. Okay, there's 3 drawing tools to enter trades with. The first is the horizontal trendline breakout. With the horizontal trendline breakout, you click the box for high and draw the high level, and it can be a buy stop, or it can be a buy limit if I put it down here below price. And if I put the sell up here, it's a limit. Okay, now if I put the sell line here, notice it's a stop because price has to break through to sell, and if I put the high up here, it's a stop. So the horizontal trend line breakout can be a limit or a stop order. Now this horizontal trend line was ticked and it executed the order, and I'm just going to click my 50% trail stop button, and I'm just going to close the position because there's other things I want to talk about. Okay, the BWT breakout box. The difference between this and the horizontal trendline breakout is that the breakout box is a zone that you draw on the chart. So I'm going to draw the high zone. So let's say down here is this area of support, and where the market's trading at now, let's say I want it to pull back to here. So I'm going to draw my high zone here and my low zone down here. So with the breakout box, price has to pull back into the zone and then out of the zone to take a long. Or if you have both long and short checked, allowing for long or short trades, it could trade through the box and go short. If only longs were checked, if it went through the box and through the other side, it wouldn't take the short because it's unchecked. The breakout box will stay on the chart until you remove it, like that. So once again, the breakout box is a zone that you draw on the chart. Okay, to get rid of it, just click the X. Next is the BWT Trendline. Okay, so first notice on the chart I have this drawing toolbar on the left side of the chart. The way you do that is you go to Indicators, and then you go to Drawing Tool Tile, and then you go here and select your drawing tools, and I've selected them here, and I've made 15 rows, and then you click OK, and this is what you end up with. Now if I mouse over here, you can see the BWT byline. So if I click this, I'm going to draw a trend line right here, and I'm going to click buy, and notice my limit order lines up with the bar and it intersects with the trend line. If price pulls back here, it's going to fill me on a limit order. And if I draw the sell line, if I mouse over, you'll see it says BWT sell line, and I'm going to draw another trend line, and if I click sell, then the limit order lines up right here with the chart. And let's just wait a second and see if I get filled. Okay, so you can see I just got filled, and I'm just going to bring my stop in here, and the order to buy disappeared. I'm just going to close the position here. Now, conversely, if I, to get rid of the trend lines, just click on it and then scroll down here to remove. And if I were to draw the sell line, see, you can't click this without drawing the line first, and I always forget to do it, but if I draw the sell line here, now you can see it's going to sell on a stop. And if I draw the buy line here, well, we already got filled, and I still have an order to buy on the stop here, but I want to cancel that. But I got filled as it broke the sell line, and it put in the stops and targets and so forth. So that all happened pretty quick. You can also change the trend line color by highlighting this and then changing the color. But you can also change it on the config panel. Under the setup tab, scroll to the very bottom, and I can change it here. But I have to restart. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and restart. So one thing you cannot do with these trend lines is you cannot change the data series. So I'm going to drag this buy line down here, and I'm going to hit buy, and I'm going to drag my sell line down here. So you could draw it as a channel, and here's my sell order. So the BWT trend lines are pretty interesting, and you can change the color of the trend line by double clicking it. You can see that it changed color there. Okay, that's all for this video. Just remember to put the drawing tool indicator on your chart, and once again, that is called the drawing tool tile. And here it is, right here. And then you select the drawing tools here, and then it ends up looking like this. So it's a nifty little feature.